Alrighty. What's up, nerds? Playing some Dragon Quest V again. And limping my way through the Japanese version as I learn Japanese. It's been fun so far. Hopefully I've got the sound mix right. It's roughly the same as last time, although I boosted my mic a little bit. So if anybody does appear in the chat, feel free to tell me how the sound mix is doing. I kind of want to let it get to the title screen here. Although there's not much of a title screen. I think it just goes straight to there you go. Choose your adventure. We haven't even gotten to a point where we can save naturally in the game yet. So there's no desktop audio. Okay, let's get that going. Oh, that's not good. Well, that would be why. Here we go. I'll keep that audio down a little bit. Alright. So here we go. We're going to load up position from last time. And I think we translated this phrase last time. That's loud in my ears. Alrighty. So, quick recap. We just got off of a ship into a small harbor. There's a village nearby. And the boy's dad, so I'm the boy in blue there, or purple, depending on how your eyes work. My name's Mitsuda, and my dad has been traveling the world searching for something, and it has brought him back to this same village that he left from 2 years before, and I think that's what this guard here is also saying. So as I play through this, you'll see on the screen on the right, that's my iPhone screen. I have Do Not Disturb always turned on now, because last time I was being plagued by text messages, and I had Do Not Disturb on, but I guess it was set to lock screen only, which is not helpful. So now it's set on to always, so I shouldn't have any more drop-down notifications popping up on the screen. And so the Japanese dictionary app I use is simply called Japanese. It's a red icon, and it is available on the App Store. I don't know if it's on Android. This is an iPhone, so I've never checked the Android Store or Google Play Store. Or is it still the Google Play Store? I don't even know. So what's great about this app, besides the floating characters there, you've got a few options here at the bottom. You can search. You can just copy whole chunks of text in here. And then there's some reference material available for study. I don't really use that too much, but I use this list function a lot. You can create a list and then drop any vocabulary that you have looked up into a list to study later. As you can see, I've got a few different lists here. Some basic just adjectives, adverbs, whatever. I've been kind of reading through Slam Dunk manga, Pokemon manga. Tried playing Chrono Trigger for a while. It's a little funky. I think Dragon Quest V is a little more accessible, because the language isn't jumping between time eras like Chrono Trigger. And then, one for my Dragon Quest personal playthrough, that's DQ5 in the stream there. And then you can bring it up, and then hit up top here, you hit study, you get flashcards. So I should probably, remember this. But say I don't, off the top of my head, I'm not remembering it. So, that bar at the top is my progress. I can flip it over. It was Shintai, body, physical system, your person. All right, so swipe left if I didn't remember, swipe right if I did. I didn't remember that, so it'll go left. It'll adjust that bar at the top. This one is this Saikin? Or is this, that's like the word for leader at the top. There we go, Nagatabi. So the word cho and nagai have the same kanji. So that confuses me. But we did see this word tabi, and we saw the previous kanji a couple times so far. So anyways, enough about that. Let's get on with the game. That's the app. It's fun. So we've just arrived at this village. Yeah. Papasu-san dewa. Papasu-san dewa. And, I mean, that's clearly just a statement of surprise. Dewa. Then, well, so on, you know. Usually you'll see dewa at the beginning of the sentence too. Ni nen mo. That's the kanji for year after 2 here. Let me get my mouse on the screen. Ni nen mo. Kanji o. That is deta. That is exit. And I think the first one is mura for village. So let's give it a shot. I think we actually did this at the end last time. There we go. Mura o ni nen mo mura o deta mama. Right? So this little crowny, thorny looking thing. Deru. So deta would be the, demashita. The casual form would just be deta. Mama itai doko ni. Itai doko ni. So this mama is throwing me a little bit. And I'm going to, as it is. So, 2 years ago you left this town such as it is, perhaps. Probably not left this town as it is. Itai. The tai ending. Itai doko ni. So, I is probably to go. Itai. Oh, wow. Okay, that is not want to go. So, itai can mean want to go. Like, I want to go somewhere. The tai ending expresses desire. However, we've got a couple other possible meanings here, because I can also be short for, like, ichi, one. So, what the heck? Why in the world? Who on earth? However, we have doko ni, which makes me think it's this third one. Itai can mean your party, your company. Itai doko ni, where's the rest of your party? I wonder if that's what he's saying. I'm not 100% sure. Domo tomokaku. To mo ka. Tomokaku. Anyhow. Okaeri nasai. Welcome back. Okaeri. So kairu is to return, particularly to return to somewhere you belong, like your home or your hometown. Okaeri nasai. And nasai is a very polite way of doing. So you've returned. With that polite form is how we would localize welcome back. Otto. This just seems like kind of a verbal gesticulation here. Otto. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it is uh-oh. Koshi chai rare nai. Koshi chai rare nai. So this is a negative, so it ends with nai. Ko shi, to do like this. Or to invade, to resist, to defy. Let's keep going. Koshi. I don't think we're going to get the, I think we're going to break it up. Alright, koshi. It could also mean to voyage. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a lot of different potential meanings for that. So we're gonna have to use context here. Koshi chairu. What is chairu? Irare. Koshi cha. Or maybe. Chai kan must not do. Chai ra re. Nai. Man. This is where you almost just want to be able to, like, phone a friend, you know? Ask a native Japanese speaker what's going on here. All right, koshichi doesn't mean anything. So koshi cha is tea. I mean, you know. All right, so we're gonna keep going here because none of this stuff makes sense, and he's maybe using a phrase. So this, you know, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably just take a second and go look this up, like in a browser or something. But I'm not gonna mess with all that. I don't want to be browsing the internet on a stream. That's, you know, nobody wants to watch that. So Oto koshi chai rare nai. Maybe that. Minna ni. So minna is everyone. Minna ni. And then let's get this kanji. I don't think we've seen this one on the stream yet. Minna ni. This is shiru. Shirase naku cha. I wonder if cha is one of these kind of affected, like he's a soldier, he's a tough guy or whatever, so he's using this cha ending. Naku cha. Shirase naku. So shiru is to know. Shirase, to make known. Shirashimeru. Shirase, there we go. News. Shirasu nakucha. Shirase nakucha. Shirase. So, to inform, to notify. So we'll tell everybody? Yeah, I'll go tell everybody. I'm assuming that's gotta be it. Well, here he goes. Oi! He's yelling to everybody in town. Papasu-san ga kaitekita zo. Kaitekita zo. And we did look up the kairi, even though he said it with hiragana last phrase. There you go. Kaitekita zo. So, Papasu-san has returned. We got another old merchant man. Papasu-san. Anta. Anta is a shortened form of anata, which is you. Anta. This should be san? Say? This is say. Life, right? Say. So, if you put it with ki, because there's 1,000 different voicings if you saw that. Seki, iki. Ikite tanda ne. You're alive. Alright. Ikiru is to live. Here we go. Ikite. Or maybe even ikite, that's kind of like you survived to exist. Ikite tanda ne. You survived. Because it's more of an action when you put te. It's an imperative form. Oh yeah, sono ko ga ano toki no. Is that the same boy as that time? As last time? Okiku natta na boya. Okiku natta na. So he's a boy who has become big. Kid grew up. Papasu-san. I believe we might have looked this up. This is death, right? Shini demo. Oh no, okay, this is Yoro. Man, those look familiar. Or those look similar. Yoro ni demo uchi no Yoro ni demo uchi no kanji ni yotte o kure yo. So this is the innkeeper. So tonight, yochi ni uchi is house, uchi no. And then let's get these guys. Aha, sake. Alright, so you put sake with whatever this other kanji is, location or place, and you get bar. Sakaba. Sakaba ni, uchi no sakaba ni. So uchi can mean house, but it can also mean, like, it can also mean me. Like, it can be a first person pronoun. And it seems like he's using it in that way. And maybe he's using it in that way, such as also to talk about he and his house. I don't know the flavor behind the use of uchi as a first person pronoun. Uchi no sakaba ni, so my bar, yotte o kure yo. Kure is to do an action towards someone, so yotte, there it is. Yotte, to get drunk. Okure yo. Hey, tonight, come over to my bar and let's get drunk. It's the kind of thing they probably, if they ever localized this back in like 1993 or whatever, that would have gotten spoony barded. Just like Final Fantasy IV. They'd have censored that. Minna anta no tabi no hanashi o kikita ga ruhazu da. Alright, we'll look up ruhazu. But I think we've pretty much seen the rest of this sentence. So, minna is everybody. Anta, you. So, anta no tabi, your trip, your travel. Anta no tabi no hanashi. This is same as hanasu, to speak, to talk. Just by itself, hanashi is the conversation, the word about it. So, anta no tabi no hanashi yo kikita. And this is listen. I don't know if we've looked this one up, so we'll throw this one in there. This is one of your first kanji you're going to learn. You might even learn how to draw it better than that. Kiku, to hear, but also to ask, and also to listen. The asking one gets me, because clearly in English we have different words for to listen and to ask. But it's the same word in Japanese. Kikita. Kikitagaru. Kikitagaru. So let's put that whole, that might actually be, Kikitagaru is one word, compound word. To be curious, to be inquisitive. Wa hazuda. And hazu is should be. So everybody should be curious to hear how your trip went. Everybody should be curious to hear the tale of your travels. Well, yeah, the hazu is should, not will. Alright, now we're walking on. There's this guy who looks like a fat version of my dad without a ponytail. Yo, papasu. Yatto kaite kita na. Yatto, I think is something like finally. Oh, not yatta. Yatto, at last. Alright. Yeah, we'll blow that one up. Boom. Yatto kaite kita na. He finally returned. Anta to wa kenka bakari. Again, I confess I have not worked on my katakana since kenka. So, I mean, clearly these are all still written in hiragana, but yeah, I like the idea that maybe a brawl is what he's talking about. Anta to wa kenka ba bakari. What's bakari? Kenka bakari, only, merely, brawl. Shiteta kedo yo. It's like you were merely in a brawl. Kedo. However, kedo yo. Does it add flavor to put the yo on there? I didn't think so. Yo, so it could just be the way. However, inakunaru to sabishikute. Oh, I just learned sabishi. So I just took a Japanese lesson on italki. Great app. And the tutor taught me sabishi, which is to miss. When you're missing somebody, you are sabishi. Sabishikute is the adverbial form. So, inakunaru, let's type that in. Inaku. So, inaku, well, there it is. Inakunaru, to disappear. Naru is to become, so inaku must be to become gone. If is just simply to be, to exist, naku is to not exist, inakunaru is to become non-existent, or to disappear. Inakunaru to tabishikute. Looks like you're only in a fight, however. You disappeared. We've missed you since you disappeared. Ochi tsuitara. Ochi tsuita is a great phrase that has popped up a few times for me in different context. Ochi tsuita is just to be calm, composed, to be chill. Ochi tsuitara mata tomorrow hanashi. Right, so calmly, coolly, composedly, savoir-fairedly. Mata is again. Mata again. Tsumoru. What's tsumoru? To pile up, to accumulate. Tsumoru hanashi o kikasete kure yo na. Kikasete kure yo na. Lots of tails. So, to pile up. You've again accumulated talk. Oh, ki, ka. Let's see if we can grab the kanji when it pops up. Kikasete. To tell. Kikasete kuriyo. So tell us the stories. You'll have to, once again, tell us the stories that you've accumulated. Can't wait to hear the stories. Alright. Yeah. Honto ni. Oh, you'll hear this one all the time. I don't think it's popped up yet in the game. Hon. That's the kanji for book, but also the kanji for truth. True, real. So you'll see literally the second entry here is what's on the screen, honto ni, which is really? And you can use it just like in English. Honto ni. We might have said that in the first episode here. Honto ni is really. Honto ni papasu-san da? Is it really papasu-san? Domo okaeri nasai. Domo okaeri nasai. That's a really polite welcome home. Same as like domo arigato. Arigato. Domo. You know, maybe the dictionary tells us, can illuminate a little more on the word domo. It's thank you, thanks, but really quite very much so, perhaps. Very much so, we welcome you back. Domo okaeri nasai. Papasa-san ga inai aida. So, inai is when you're not here. You know, we said imas is to be here. Inai. You know, it's interesting. Oh, that's iru. So, inai is the negative of iru. That's a confusing entry there. Aida. Inai, aida. Aida can mean within. Inai. Aida is the second one. Within. Inai aida. Mina papasu-san no. Oh, goodness. Huase? No. The second one's wa. Here I am, flubbing my katakana, and this is the same one as last time. So wasa. Ooh. That's not. Ooh, wa. Here we go. Sa. I did it, y'all. Uwasa is rumor again. So uwasa bakari. Papa-san's rumors. Only rumors shiteitan desu yo. Shiteitan desu yo. Minna Papa-san no uwasa bakari shiteitan desu yo. Shiteitan desu. So, everyone, Papa-san's only rumors were only spreading rumors. Oh, we gotta connect this with the whole sentence. So, Papa-san ga inai aida mina Papa-san no uwasu bakari shiteitan desu yo. So while you were gone, in the interval, in the space that you were gone, everybody was spreading rumors about you. Kore wa, this is, kore wa papasu dono. We got an old lady here. We might get some interesting, kore wa papasu dono. Sure. We might get some interesting little affectations, as it's a different character. Yokuzo. Nope. Yokuzo, how admirably, how wonderfully. And then is this Buji again? I might have to type this bad boy in again. This is that nothing kanji, and then this is the kanji for thing, koto. So I think this is the Buji, which is safety or peace. Goodness gracious, I did not draw that correctly. There we go. Yeah, Buji, safety, peace. So, yokuzo Buji de modorare mashita. Modorare is like okairi, only you can't return. Like, peace is not a place where one lives or belongs. So, if you're returning to a state of peace, that would be modorare mashita. Let's type that in. I am speaking with only a semblance of expertise here, by the way. And I think I usually write somewhere in the... Yeah, so... Modoru is to turn back or to get back to. I put in the text of the descriptions of these videos. If anybody who is a very fluent Japanese speaker happens upon and can maintain interest long enough to listen to one of these videos, please, by all means, drop some comments. You know, if anybody pops in the chat who does speak Japanese, I am so welcome to feedback because I am here to learn. All right, so this old lady. Is this Papasu-san or Papasu Dono? How wonderfully you have returned to the peacefulness of our village, one might add, localizationally. Kitto Kami-sama ga. That's the God kanji. Kitto, surely, undoubtedly, Kitto Kami-sama ga. God is or God has. Anta ga, you. Ta something something. Oh, this is Anta anatagata. Anatagata is second person plural. So you guys. Kami-sama ga anatagata oko oyako crust. What did we say that was before? Oyako, which is the parent and child. The we saw this on the boat from the helmsman. Anatagata oyako o something rishite. Alright. We got a new kanji over here. A couple familiar radicals. But a new kanji. This is mamoru, to guard. Mamori shite. Mamori, and then shite would be to do a guard, to do the protecting. Mamori suru. So, surely, kitto, undoubtedly, Kami-sama ga anatagata oyako o mamori shite kureta. That's might be almost all one compound word. O mamori shite kureta no desho. So, surely God has protected you, father and child. That kureta is... I wonder what happens if you type it in. It's like when an action is done towards you. Yeah, it doesn't even work on its own. It didn't really stand on its own. It gets applied at the end of a verb phrase there. No desho. And that's the same as the nda. The no desho is a more strung out way of saying it, but that's the same phrase, no des. No desho. If you do get a chance, a far more interesting, perhaps Japanese learning, Super Nintendo playing RPG sort of video is, I mentioned this the first time, is actually what got me kind of interested in maybe doing this. If you YouTube Tim Teaches Jason Japanese with Chrono Trigger, there's like 3 videos they did, and this desho pops up, Chrono's mom. And Tim describes it, and he lived in Japan for 10 years. Tim Rogers describes it as like a kind of an old lady, like a momish kind of way of saying desho. Desho. So either that, or it could be with the U at the end. It's talking about us together. However, you know, I'll plug Tim Rogers. Let's get off the screen. To katakurushii koto wa yame ni shimashou. So this is probably a nun, seeing how religiously she seems to be dressed, and also she's speaking. Katakurushii. I only know this one because I played this part and studied my list. Formal, strict, ceremonious. Katakurushii koto wa. So, strict things. Koto is kind of nominalizes it. Wa yame. To cease. Yame ni shimashou. So let's stop being so formal. Anyways, let's stop being so formal. Why Papasu-san ga kaite kita? Urashii. Why? So the nun comes up. This is actually kind of humorous. The nun comes up and, oh, you've returned. God has surely protected this father and child, on their long journeys and brought them back safely to us. Now let's set aside formality. Papasu-san, you're back. I'm so happy. I love it. That's great. This guy's got a name. Sancho. And then it starts the quotation marks. These are Japanese quotation marks, this little bracket. Da Danna-sama. Danna-sama. Now I believe that means like man of the house. Danna-sama, like if you call somebody Okusan, yeah, master of the house, husband. Okusan is wife, you know, or kanai, and then danna is husband. So danna-sama, but apparently like maybe like a servant of the house might also call you danna-sama, not just your wife. Okaeri nasai mase. Okaeri nasai mase. And I wonder if we can get any insight on that mase. Please, used to increase the politeness of a greeting. So that irashai mase when you walk into a shop. We haven't walked into a shop yet, actually, in this game, but we will. And they'll say irashai mase every single time. Unless it's like the rude shopkeeper, maybe. Danna-sama, master of the house. You've returned. In about the most polite form, you're going to say okaeri nasai. Kono sancho, Danna-sama no omodori o omodori. Well, that's return again. So this sancho, this me, seems like a pretty humble way of referring to yourself, though. Kono sancho, Danna-sama. Sama is like san. Everybody else calling him Papasu-san. Sama is very much an expression of you're in a higher station than I am, right? Just as the nun said Kami-sama, God is in a higher station than anybody. Him being God, you being God. So Kami-sama, Kami always is followed by sama when referring to God. And so here, this appears to be Papasu's servant, house servant maybe. He's got a little bucket by him. Omodori o dore hodo. No, I'm going to have to piece this apart. Oh, dore hodo. And then we've got some kanji. So let's stop there and pick this apart. So, omodori o, you return. O, transitive particle. Dore hodo. There we go. How much? Dore hodo. And then matsu, to wait. We might have had that on a previous one. So machi wabita koto ka. Let's type the whole thing in. I imagine it's something like, I didn't know how long I would have to wait until your return. Machi wa. Oh, tired of waiting. There's the flavor. Machi wabiru. To wait impatiently. Machi wabita koto ka. Koto thing. So, how much I'd had to wait impatiently for my master to return. How impatiently I have waited for you to return. How long I've waited. Sa tomokaku nake. Tomokaku. Tomokaku. Anyway. Tomokaku mo nakehe. Let's go inside. Get in there. Nake. It's not really, I don't think you really say the H. And now we have another name. Bianca. She says, Oji-sama. Oji-sama. So not Oji-sama. Excuse me. Because that would be grandpa. Oji is more like uncle. It can mean old man. There you go. My guess is that since he's not an old man, we're using it as, you know, uncle / Mr. Oji-sama. Okaeri nasai. Once again, welcome back. Papasu goes, huh? Kono ko no ko wa, kono onna no ko wa, onna no ko. Wow, I totally botched the pronunciation of that. Kono onna no ko wa, this girl is. Kono onna no ko wa. Ononoko wa is ononoko is it just like a tokonoko we said in the first episode. Pretty much gets slammed together, I think. Usually, most of the time. Atashi no. Oh, interesting. He uses atashi to refer to himself. Atashi no something dayo papasu. $10 says that's the word for daughter. Musume. Right. This part of the kanji. So you'll notice onnanoko from the previous screen had a big version of what's jammed into the left here as a radical. And on Super Nintendo, it's kind of hard to see. This is the kanji for woman jammed in here as a radical. And then we have this other half over here that we're going to draw in. Yeah, you know, I probably got that pretty good, actually. However, it still does not want to believe me that I can draw this kanji. Let's try again, shall we? Oh, yeah, no. Alright, that's that half. No, that's too long. Here we go. Now I got it. Number 2. Musume, daughter. Musume. You know, we could throw that into the... oh, look, it popped up in Chrono Trigger. Dragon Quest V stream. Alright. Atashi no musume dayo, papasu. That's my daughter, of course. Dayo. Not quite so much as of course. It's, hey, that's my daughter, papasu. Ostensibly, here comes Okasan. Yeah. Tonari. And then we have another kanji. Town. Machi. Tonari Machi. Machi Kodo is a fun card game. Pick that up at your local Target or whatever. Tonari. Tonari means next to. So the adjacent town. Tonari Machi ni. Gosh, did we see this one earlier? Maybe we didn't. One of these familiar looking kanjis. Sumu. To dwell. Oh, that's right here. So, sundemasu. Same kanji. Tokyo ni sundemasu. Alright, America ni sundemasu. You might have heard that for I live somewhere. Sumu is the base verb of that, the kind of the root verb. So Tonari Machi ni sumu. Dunkan. Hey, that's my name. Dunkan. Dunkan no Okami-san. Well, let's look at what Okami is. Dunkan no Okami-san. Interesting, interesting. Let's get San in there. Mrs. Duncan's miss. Is this like a rural affect, like a country girl would say Mrs. Janaika. Okami-san Janaika. Yeah. Tonari machi ni sumu. Tonari machi ni sumu. Duncan no Okami-san Janaika. This isn't that Duncan's missus that lives in the town next door. Kami-san. Kami-san. Oh, Kami-san's got to mean something else. What is Okami? I don't know. I mean, wife? I don't think... Mistress. Interesting. I have no idea what she's referring to because it can't be Papasio. Konomura ni Mura's village again. Konomura ni go something hito. Is that not go shujin? Right. Yeah, shujin. Okay, go shujin as husband. Similar to that's another word like danna-sama. Konomura ni go shujin no. Here's a fun one. Here's a fun kanji. Did I get it? Oh man, I totally did not. The Super Nintendo makes it just a little bit tough to nab these kanji in one. I want to say it's this one. Alright, medicine. Goshujin no kusuri. Kusuriya is a pharmacy. Kusuri yacht. You add yacht to a lot of different nouns to turn them into stores for that noun. Yado yacht is an inn. Dogi yacht is the item store. Kusuriya, drugstore. Oh, there's or yakyoku. How about that? So this village, Goshuji no kusuri o tori ni kitate yunde. Holy cow, that's a lot there. Tori is a bird, but let's keep going. Tori ni kita. So tori ni kita. Kitate yunde. I mean, tori really, it totally usually means bird or chicken. I wonder if it's that tori right there. Alright, let's keep going. See if we can piece it apart. Kitate, tori ni kitate. Kitate, next, forthcoming. Kitate yunde. Yun. You. Said. So an explanatory said might be this yunde. Goshuji no kusuri o tori ni kitate yunde. Came from a bird? I mean, am I just flapping at it now? Am I just squawking at the possibility? Yoru. Yotte moratan desu yo. Yotte moratan desu yo. To bring here for us to have. So moraimasu or morao is to have ownership of something, like an item. So this draw near or bring near, go, or perhaps this third meaning makes more sense. Gather, collect. Tore ni kitate yunde. This village, and this village, Goshuji, my husband's medicine. Basically, we need to go get medicine for my husband. O tori kusuri o tori ni kitatte yunde. Where he said he had medicine for. Oh, you know what? Perhaps my husband has medicine for this guy in the next town, Duncan. So I played this part, and it was a little fuzzy the first time because, I knew even less Japanese than I do now. And I think it plays out like that. Like, Sancho here, the husband, maybe has medicine for this guy, Duncan, in the next town. And, ne. This is Oki followed by Hito. What does that make? I should know this. Oh, come on now. Adult. Otona. Oh, that makes sense. A big person is an adult. Otona no hanashite nagaku naru kara ue ni ikanai. So the girl comes around to me, Mr. Blue Turban Kid, and says, "Hey, this grown-up talk is getting real long. How about we go upstairs?" Ue, that little cross thing looking thing is up. Ue. Ikimashou yo. Let's go. Upstairs we go. Let's go play. I think it's to believe that I'm like 6 years old or something. Maybe 6 or 7. Alright, watashi wa Bianca. I'm Bianca. Watashi no koto oboeteru. Oboeteru is to remember. Do you remember me? Do you remember my koto? Do you remember the thing about me? Watashi no koto, that's something that doesn't really... We would just say, do you remember me? But what's great about... I don't want that. I want oh boy. Prove that I know what I'm talking about here. Oh boy. Oboete. Oboeteru. To memorize, to commit to memory, to learn. It's neat that Japanese has this idea of like, not just do you remember me or do you know me, but do you know like about me? And they have a noun for that, which is just watashi no koto. All the ways to use that, I'm sure there are myriad, and I can understand it when writing, but probably wouldn't quite know when to use it speaking or... I mean, I can understand it when reading, but probably wouldn't know when to use it or speak it in speaking or writing. That part's harder. Composition's a lot harder than reading. Honto kashira. So honto is probably that. Really. Because ostensibly I told her no, I don't... Or did I say I did? I think I hit height, so that I did remember her. Honto kashira. Yeah, see, that's not giving us anything. Kashira. I wonder. Is that true, I wonder? Honto kashira. Watashi wa 100 sai? Is that age? Sai? It would make sense. Years old. Sai. Watashi wa 100 sai dakara anata yori 2つも one-san no yo. So I'm 2 years your elder. So yeah, I'm 6. Mitsuda, little purple boy there, is 6. She's saying, well, I'm 8 years old. That means I'm 2. Anata yori 2つも. Oh, maybe she's talking about, I think it means she's 2 years older. I think that's what she's trying to say. 100歳だから therefore, since I'm 8, therefore, あなたより2つもお姉さんなのよ. Maybe she's just saying, out of the two of us, I'm the older sister here. might not necessarily mean she's saying she's 2 years older. Ne. Go, and that's hon. What does it mean when you put go in front of it? Oh, come on, buddy. Alright, well, we got that, so. Gohon. It is book. Alright, Gohon wo yonde ageyoka. Yonde ageyoka. Yonde is present progressive of yomu, to read. Yonde ageyo, when you add age, it's up. So maybe to look up in a book. Like miyage is to look like to physically look up, like to look at something in the sky or to look up to the sky. Yonde ageyo, I don't think it's going to give us a lot if we just jam the whole thing into the dictionary, but we can try. Yonde. No, come on, bud. Yonde ageru. Yeah, see, it doesn't give us anything extra beyond read. So to read. Yonde ageyoka. Maybe can you read? Chotto mattete ne. Hold on a second. Yeah, she goes to the bookshelf, grabs a book. Boom. Ja. Yonde ageru ne. Read for me, perhaps. So if I type in that ageru. Ageru is to raise. So like when you go up a level in this game, it is reburu o ageta. You raise to level. However, it can also mean to give. It's way down here on 14 or 18. However, it seems to get used fairly often for giving to somebody. Ageru. When somebody gives something to you, it is kure okurimono. Etto sora ni etto kuseshi arimash excuse me. Arikishika. So she's 8. She can barely read because she's sounding it out here. Etto. So it can mean picture. I wonder if it's probably etto sora ni. Picture is the sky, or picture in the sky. Sora is sky. Etto. Because altogether that doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Yeah. Sora. Etto. Kuseshi. Arikishika. I'll say I'm a little out in the woods on this one. But she's setting out her book. That's the scene, at least. Kore wa dame da wa. Or was I doing that? Gosh, I can't go back now. Kore wa dame da wa. This is... Stop this. Datte muzukashii ko... muzukashii... That can be like ko for school. Like gakko. Kashi. Ji. Kashi. Muzukashii ji. Ga. So a word. Datte muzukashii ji ga. Osugirun desu mono. Still lots of difficult words in here. Alright, that's enough. There's a lot of difficult words in this one. I wonder what it was trying to spell out. It must have been something... After all, there's a lot of difficult words in here. It must have been something that maybe... I wonder if they were cluing us into something or not. If so, I totally missed it. I'm like a 6-year-old when it comes to reading Japanese. Bianca, soro soro, yaro ni modorimasu yo. I think we looked up yaro last time. This is in yaro ni. So, Bianca, soro soro, yaro ni modorimasu yo. Come on, we've got to return to the inn. Soro, soro. Alright. Anytime now, soon. Also, slowly, quietly, steadily, gingerly. Love that. Alright, we gotta head back to the inn soon. Hi, mama. Put the book away. Get out here. Hey, I can move. Look at that. It's only been an hour and 4 minutes without even literally having control of my character. Alright, let's talk to Dad. Dad says, Sate to. These are just some utterances. Well, now. Otosan wa chotto dekakeru. That's that same kanji as deru. De. But if we add ka ke ru dekake, that is to go out, not just to exit, but to... The difference between deru and dekakeru is interesting. To be just about to go out. Chotto dekakeru ga ii ko ni shiteru nda yo. Be a good boy. Ii ko, be a good kid. Alright, Dad's going out for a little bit. Be a good kid. Bye, Pops. Hey, I want to go. How long can we keep you on the screen? Oh, he went into this house. Hanasu this guy. Boy wa ii ko jana. You're a good boy, aren't you? Dattara. Therefore, Otosan no go. I think this is yo. I'm gonna draw. Oh, you know what? It got rid of my. There we go. Go yo. Your order, your business, official business. Otosan no go yo no. Jama wa senyo ni na. Alright. You're a good boy, right? Therefore, your dad's business, you know, it's got to be something like, stay out of your dad's business. Jama, hindrance. Jama wa senyo ni na. Alright, let's get that one in there. Senyo, exclusive personal use, private. And look, it even has that same kanji for business in it. Yo. So, therefore, your dad's business is a private matter. Jama wa senyo ni na. You're jamming me up, guy. Hey, look, this is a church. I can't walk into it. I have to literally open the door with, what was it? Tobira opens doors? There we go. Can I play this organ? I want to play the organ. Mitsuda wa Ashimoto o shirabeta. Shikashi nani mo Mitsukara nakata. Yep, couldn't find anything good by the organ. Okay. I shudder to think. I'm just gonna save my game. No, I guess we should translate the old priest. Alright, we just saw this one. Sekito, or ikito. When that se kanji is followed by ki, it was iki. Ikitoshi ikeru mono wa minna kami no ko. Kami no ko would be God's children. Minna, everybody or all. So, ikitoshi, and if I remember right, this just literally comes up with a phrase. Look, there it is. It's the third one down. Ikitoshi ikeru mono. Ikitoshi ikeru mono. All living things, all God's creatures, great and small. Ikitori ikeru mono. All of God's creatures, great and small, are all God's children. So all creatures are God's children. That's a very priestly thing to say. Waga something ni donna goyo. We just saw that business. Kana. Alright, so this kanji we should only need to put in once. If we can get it right. I do not think we nailed it. In fact, I very much didn't nail it. Alright, I'm giving it one more shot before I just type this bad boy in with hiragana. Oh, got it. There we go. Oshieru, to teach. Alright. Church. Kyokai. A meeting where you're taught. That makes sense. Kyokai. Or a meeting of people who believe the same doctrine. Might be a better breakdown of that. Kyokai is church, though. So, we're standing in a church. That makes sense. Waga kyokai ni donna, which goyo kana. What's your business at the church? And we've got oi no oinori o suru. To do something, to do an oinori. What's an oinori? A prayer. Alright, say a prayer. Oinori o suru. Otsuge o kiku. Kiku can be ask or listen. Otsuge. So depending on what an otsuge is, we'll find out. Oracle, revelation, divine message. So listen to a divine message or a sermon, perhaps. Shikikairaseru. Ikikairaseru. Ikikairaseru. That's quite a mouthful. Iki kai. Ikikairu is to revive. Ra se, and I think that se begins to act upon something. There's an article that I read about adding se to a verb in the conjugation, and but I read it quite a while ago, so I don't remember the particulars. Ikikairaseru. Resurrection. To come to oneself, to be restored alive. Alright, you gotta resurrect a party member. Go to the church. That's a classic video game. Doku no Cheerio. Cheerios. Doku, poison. No, I assume, cleansed. Cheerio. Cheerio. Yep, cure. Cure poison. Doku no Cheerio. Noroi toku. Noroi. Curse. Lift a curse. Toku. To do. To untie, to unfasten, to unwrap. Right? Yeah. So to release from a curse. And then yameru. Quit. So we say a prayer. This oinori o suru. is essentially how you save. Dewa, kami no mai ni, before God, kore mare no, until this, on okonai, okonai? Yep. Action, okay. Your actions until now. Kore mare no okonai o. And now we got a couple kanji. Before God, your actions until now. $10 says it means are recorded. Or maybe to tell. That's right, because we're praying, aren't we? Confess. Kokuhaku nasai. Confess before God your actions up until now. I love that as a neat, just as a story texture for saving your game. Confess your deeds before God. Soshite, and then kono boken. I believe we saw this kanji. Wait, I'm not going to draw this. That'll take some time. Boken no. We'll draw this one though because I don't think we've seen it yet. Is that even anywhere close? Yeah, it's this one. Right. Kaku. Kono boken no kaku ni. We got some funky kanji here. Shite. Oh no, back to the kanji screen, please. Then this adventure's writing ni. Look at this big S thing. Yeah, it looks like this one over here. Scribe, I think we're on the right track. Now we've got a one of these crammed in Super Nintendo. Doesn't look good on the Super. Is this even anything? Oh, look, I think it's this fourth one. Boom. To record. Kiroku. It even kind of has the like Roku 6 kanji inside that Roku kanji. The bottom right. That's interesting. To record. Okay. So the script of this adventure will be recorded. Kiroku shite mo yoroshii kana? Yoroshii kana? Which is yoroshiku, right? Yoroshii. It's good. Yoroshii kana? So is it good to record this script of this adventure? Dewa. So yes. Dewa nanban. Which number? Nanban no boken no kaku ni riko kiroku shimashou ka? On which number adventure shall we write it? Oh, I did get to save somewhere once. How about that? All right, that top file is my my other file, and this one says shioshite masen. All right, there's no file there. Mitsuda, we're gonna save over that. You know, all that, I really just wanted this organ music. How nice was that? I wish I could hit replay on that. Tashkani. I learned that in one of my lessons too. Tashkani is almost like, you can almost use it like hontoni. Not quite. Tashkani, certainly. Kiroku shimashita zo. Alright, it has certainly been recorded. Mara, boke no tsuzukerareru otsumori ka. What was tsumori? I feel like we looked that up earlier. It's an easy one. Tsumori, your intention. Do you intend to continue your adventure? Otsumori ka. Tsuzuku, that is to continue. To do something. Oh, Kamio. Kono something. Have we seen you yet? We've seen you as a radical. I don't think we've seen you as a kanji. Kono mono. This just means a person, something. Too many kanji for just referring to a person. I like hita the best. It's easy. Kono mono ni Anata no. Oh God. For this person, your. I mean, what are we looking at? Grace, mercy, loving kindness. Let's see what we got. Give us some good phrasey. You know, I haven't apologized for my stroke order this stream yet. I think we got it in number 2 here. Boom. Divine protection. Kago. Kago. You know, I'm saving that. How is that not in my personal DQ list? Arankoto. Arankoto ga arankoto yo. Yeah, you're Arao? No, not Ara. I wonder if it's Arankoto. I wonder if he's going for wash or sprinkle. Wash them in your divine protection. Sprinkle them with your divine protection. Even if they're not, I like that. So I've been going for a killer hour and 20 minutes here. And I'm not going to just walk around and talk to townspeople, because that is how you're going to learn some Japanese. But I'm just going to walk by everybody into this cave, because I want to fight something before we quit here. There's some nice cave music. Almost reminds me of Final Fantasy IV. Speaking of the music in this game, since we're playing Dragon Quest, like to give honor to the man who composed these sweet tunes. Koichi Sugiyama passed away at 90 on September 30th, so last week. And saw an article about it yesterday. I don't know if the news just broke yesterday, or if it's just that article was yesterday and there was some news breaking of it beforehand. However, dude was 90 years old, which means that he was probably like 60 when he composed this game. And like the first Dragon Quest, he was probably like 55 or something, like mid-50s. Dude had already lived his life before he started being a video game composer, which is pretty crazy. So I've been jamming to like Spotify, Sugiyama, Dragon Quest, piano collections. All right, Tatakao, let's fight these guys, these slimes. So, yeah, we're playing Dragon Quest. May Sugiyama rest in blessed eternal peace. Kogeki, that's attack. Mitsura. Soraimu. Oh man, alright, the messages are going fast. This is why I have the framing of the emulator up, so I can just pause that by hitting Alt. Soraimu e no kogeki. Slime's attack. Mitsura wa ni no damaji o ukita. So I took 2 damage. Boom. 28 to 26. Soraimu B no kogeki. Oh, I missed it. Clearly I took 3 damage though. Alright, Tatakao. Nihiki. Soraimu Nihiki. Okay. Bogyo. That was defend, that's right, and Dogo is item. So, Kogeki. Soraimu. Mitsura no Kogeki. Soraimu B ni Nana no damaji. Boom. 7 damage. Taushita. He's defeated. I might try and get into the options and turn this text slower. I think I can do that. Soraimu e no kogeki. Mitsura wa 3 no damaji o ukita. Alright, let's bust you up then. Mitsura no kogeki. Soraimu e ni 6 no damaji. Soraimu e o taushita. Defeated. Soraimu tachi. Slimes. Plural. Soraimu tachi o yatsukita. Yatsukita. I assume a different word for defeating maybe the entire party. We're beaten back. I think we looked that up before. Yatsukita. Slimes were beaten back. Sun point no kei kenshi kakutoku. Keikenshi is experience. Kakutoku is to acquire something that is inanimate, perhaps. Because tenireta, this word, is to acquire something that is physical, that can enter one's hand, is what that literally means. So, san gordo tenireta, 3 gold. Boom. And I think that's a great place to call it a night. So if you catch this later on YouTube, hope you enjoy it. YouTube, I don't know if I have the /Mitsuda for Prez. You just have to search Mitsuda for Prez on YouTube to get the channel. And then if you want to follow on the Twitter, it's at Dunkachino, Duncacino. Just the old Twitter handle from once upon a time. And I'm trying to just tweet out at least same day. I have a full-time job. I never know when I can stream this, and a life and a family and all those things. So really, I don't know until usually the day or the day before. But I'll try and throw it out there on the Twitter when I may be streaming. If you care enough to follow that, at Dunkachino, Duncacino. All right, night nerds. Have a good one.